Welcome back to Clash of Cultures. Today we're going to be talking about the week 2 or post week 2 AP poll that just dropped earlier this morning. As you guys can see, my dad is back here doing the episodes with us. He was with us at the live show yesterday, so if you guys missed out on that, go check that out. But again, today we're just going to be talking about the AP poll, kind of our initial reactions. If you guys are new around here, please do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. This one's going to be a little bit of a short video. Obviously, we're just talking about the AP poll. But if you guys have not already, please join the Discord. The link is in the description, as well as our pick'em. I think our first place pick'em is like 18-2, or he might even be 17-3.
No, I think it was 15-5.
Okay, I know he was 9. I know he was 9-1 after the first week.
Yeah, I think 15-5. There's like 7 people.
Yeah, I saw there was a lot of people around there. Yeah, I'm 11-9, so I'm not doing too hot.
Yeah,
I gotta figure it out.
I'm 14. I'm 14-6.
I think you're 15-5 too, aren't you?
No, I'm 8th, but that's because 7 people are tied for first.
Okay, we'll still got a long season to go. So those of you guys who have not joined it, I know Edgar joined late, but he's able to. He only missed 1 week, so if you get good picks, you can still catch up. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be giving away a jersey of your choice, whoever wins that. But just to get into the AP poll itself, this is me and my dad's first time looking at it. He knows that Ohio State spot because he's in a bunch of Ohio State forum. I know Clemson's not on here because I'm on a bunch of Clemson forums. But
I'm shocked that Clemson would have moved down after a 50-point win. That's
well, I think
it
has a lot to do with. I had the conversation in the Discord with people like, it's like the trendy thing to do now to hate on Clemson because everyone's doing it. It's kind of like
that. My thing is, if you're going to move them out, then move them out last week.
Yeah.
But why would you move them out this week?
Maybe it's because of how we looked in the first half. But I mean, it's going to be a long season. I think. I mean, this week we play FAU. So I mean, it should be another win. But we're not going to talk about Clemson. They're not on the top 25, so we're not going to talk about them in this video.
The fact that they moved out, I think, is significant.
Yeah, but I will say this: looking at this now, I agree with pretty much everything here. I don't really have any issues with this top 25. This might be the best top 25 that we've seen so far. Obviously, we had the preseason and the number 1, but I don't have any issues with this. I like.
So let me tell you my only problem, and again, maybe this is just for me as a hater as I'm looking at this. Now, obviously, I see that it looks like maybe USC jumped Ohio State last week, but Texas jumped Ohio State, which I'm fine with. My problem with it is we played a similar opponent to Michigan, scored a similar score. Why did Michigan not also get jumped? Michigan doesn't have an impressive win. And I think their score was 35-7 as well, or whatever it was.
It was 35-7.
Yeah, so why would we get jumped but not Michigan? When I think, again, maybe not USC, but Texas, you would say, has a better win than any Michigan team. I mean, any Michigan win.
What did Michigan win by a lot in week 1?
No, it was like literally like 30-3 or something like that.
Okay, yeah, it was 30-3, then 35-7. I mean, I can see that. I don't know.
Rest of this, let me see.
I think my only major gripe, and I really wouldn't even be a gripe, I would like to see Oregon State a little bit higher, maybe above LSU and Kansas State, based on how they've looked the first 2 to 3 games or however many games they play. I think they should be a bit higher. But I like Colorado at 18. I think they deserve that. I like that they moved North Carolina back after that thriller at Appalachian State. I do like that.
They should have lost that game.
And I like that Tennessee and Utah are kind of, and even Oregon are kind of stagnant right around there because they all were in relatively close games.
It looks like the teams that moved in are Miami. It looks like
Notre
Miami
Dame
moved in. Washington State.
I see. You're saying top 25. Yeah, all moved in. The last 4 all moved in.
Okay. Well, Iowa was in.
And then got bumped out and then back in.
Yeah, and back in. Okay. So is LSU the only team in the top 25 with a loss?
Alabama.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about Alabama. Okay.
Yeah, Alabama and
well, I will also say I don't agree with Alabama being 10.
I think I personally have them somewhere between 10 and 12. If I had to make my rankings, but I think 10 is fine because they moved from 3 to 10 and they lost by 10 to number 10.
You lost by 10 at home.
Yeah, but so how far back would they be? Because I
I'd
mean,
put them. I'd put them probably about 15.
so you would have them behind LSU, who lost by 21.
But I'd move. I'd move. I wouldn't have LSU at 14. Right? Like
Because
how? Oh,
the only gripe I have with that is I don't think Kansas State is a better team than Alabama. Now, if you want to say Tennessee, Utah, and Oregon,
so,
then that's okay.
but what we're doing is we're judging by your record so far, right? At the end of the day, I think all of this is going to even out as we go through 12 games. But we're talking about Ole Miss, who has a top 25 win. Now, obviously, Tulane's moved up, but at the time, a top 25 win, right? Alabama doesn't have that. Alabama has a loss. Um, I mean, you're talking about teams that have good, at least quality wins. Washington State, who has a good win. Colorado, who had at the time a top 25 win. And again, I'm not saying all these teams are better than Alabama, but Alabama lost by 10 points at home and was not impressive at all. Did not look good.
I think it would be a different conversation to be had if there wasn't a preseason poll. But the fact that
Right.
there's
Well,
preseason polls, they're basic. That's like their baseline. So it
but
would
and I'm
be
also saying this, and again, I'm not jumping on Clemson's bandwagon. Clemson lost to now what's a top 25 team, right? So why does Clemson not get at least in the same ballpark of the benefit of the doubt as Alabama does? Now I know based off of this poll, both of if you take Alabama and LSU, they both would have lost to
top four
what
teams.
top four teams, but they both lost games. I mean, and they're both still top 15. You're telling me Clemson, again, a team that if we're going by name notoriety, this is a team that's won two national championships with, and again, won by 49 points in their other game. How do they not at least get the same or close to the same benefit of that? At least we're looking at maybe like I was fine with them at 25. I don't understand how they got booted out, and I don't understand that justification when we're talking about two teams that also lost. I give LSU a little bit more credit. At least that was a neutral site game, and I think that was a game that could have went either way. Alabama lost the game that they were the favorite in, and they lost by 10 points, and again at home.
Yeah,
Like
I think
I don't
I
know if
think
I give that the same benefit of the doubt.
as far as Clemson goes, like I think even if we were to win this week at FA or against FAU, I'm not sure if it's at home or away. Even if we were to win 50-0, I still don't think they're going to put them in the top 25 just because it's a
Yeah, because
sour
what happens
taste.
if all these teams win? Like
Yeah, I
I
think
think there's
it's
no
just
real
sour
big
taste.
games.
And
I
then
mean that's kind of a tough. Like I said, that's the tough part of this to me. Is Alabama still a top 10 team, and you lost by 10 points at home? Like I don't think that to me, based off the resume that we have right now, I don't think that's indicative of a top 10 team.
And also I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Clemson much, but it kind of brings me to this point where they moved them out of the top 25. It's almost like there's the hill is so steep to climb to get back into that,
Yeah,
top 10 picture. I think it's like even if you were to beat a Florida State, what are you're sitting at 21 now, 22 or 20. So
but this is the thing. So they play what Florida State in 2 weeks.
yeah, and
If they
literally
beat
like
Florida
12 days.
State, if they beat Florida State, like you are literally to me, if they beat Florida State, you got to jump them into the top 10.
Yeah, but the thing is I don't think that would happen based off of the sour taste.
But
And it's like
but that's I mean because at that point, them LSU, Alabama all have a loss, right? Alabama's not going to move down if they keep winning. So, and at that point in time, they have a better win than both of those teams. How do you not jump them over them?
maybe they look at it as you have a worse loss. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
I mean, again, but you assume, I mean, Duke right now is a top 25 team. Like, and again, it's not, yeah, but now think about that also because they would have beat a team that beat LSU.
Yeah.
So they can't be behind LSU.
Yeah, I think it'll be
I don't
interesting.
know. I mean,
Obviously, that's like we're projecting and we're predicting
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
that's to this point would seem far fetched with how Florida State looked and how Clemson has looked. The other thing, though, I like how Miami got in. I like how Washington State got
Yeah.
some love as well with their win. Um, any other teams on here that kind of surprised me?
Yeah,
UCLA with Dante
I'll say,
Moore.
as an Ohio State fan, I'm not mad about Ohio State moving back. I think the teams in front of them Should be, and I wouldn't be shocked, honestly, based off of how we've played this far. And again, this is why I hate preseason polls. Based off how we played this far, we probably should be 10, 11, 12, right? I think Penn State, even though they've played pretty bad opponents, have looked better than us. I think Washington has looked better than us. I think Notre Dame has looked better than us. So those three teams, to me, have looked more impressive than Ohio State. So a lot of this, and this is my problem with preseason polls, this is my problem with Alabama being 10. A lot of this is name notoriety.
Yeah. Like you said, it'll work itself out.
Yeah.
Obviously, this week, there's not any really major matchups to look out for. Matter of fact, before we head out, now that the AP poll is out, we can see what top 25 matchups are now. Because when we did the live yesterday, we weren't able to because there was no new AP polls. So let's see. There are no top 25.
I was about to say there's none.
There's
right?
none.
Because I know game day is going to Colorado State.
I mean, Tennessee, Florida might be a decent game. You have Minnesota, North Carolina. I would assume that game is going to be pretty good, pretty competitive.
Yeah.
And then South Carolina, Georgia, and LSU, Mississippi State. Other than that, there's no other games. And then obviously week 4 is when all the games start flooding in.
And
we'll be really excited for those. Yeah, a lot of top 25 matchups. But do you have any other reactions to this before we kind of close this one out?
No, like I said, at the end of the day, this is a component of having a preseason poll. I think a lot of this is going to work itself out. Even if, like I said, if Clemson wins out, I think they'll be in the playoffs. But I think there's some teams that are set up. Like I said, Alabama right now is still set up to make the playoffs. I think it'll work itself out. I don't like it. There's some and as an Ohio State fan, I think they should move back. I think there's some teams that should be ahead of them, but I think both Alabama and LSU should be further back.
Yeah, it's going to get really interesting. I think there's a lot of really good teams, obviously. In the top 15 alone, there are 4 Pac-12 teams. The SEC has 1, 2, 3, 4. Big Ten has 1, 2, 3, and the ACC has 1.
Wait, are you talking about in the top 25?
Top 15.
Oh, yeah.
I just had top 15. Yeah, I just kind of top 15. The Pac-12 has a lot in general. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the top 25. It's crazy.
But like I said, Pac-12 is going to be good football this year. It's almost sad that this is really the last year of Pac-12 football, and this is probably going to be one of the best seasons of Pac-12 football.
Yeah. But let us know what you guys think about the new AP poll down below. What teams are overrated? What teams are underrated? If you guys think that Michigan should have fell back, if you think Clemson should be out, or Ohio State should go back, or Alabama's too high, let us know. Like I said, also join the Discord. Join the Pick'em down below in the description. We will see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Peace out.